make a wide rotation. You want to go far east or far west and then push towards the north.
Let's take a look at Scars as they get into a fight with Queso. Queso can't seem to find a place to come in or call home, as every time they rotate away from someone, they run smack into another. Scars black, Reno here putting in some work, taking shots in return, but Queso is in the blue. They can't stay in there. They know they have to come out, and maybe Scars sees a chance to put a few extra kill points on the board.
We're only on phase 3, so the blue, it doesn't hurt too much right now. It's not too bad for Queso. They can still make something work, make a big flank around the blue.
And that's exactly what they're going to have to do. The problem is it means abandoning their teammates. It's been the name of Sandhawk so far, is sometimes the better part of Valor is the willingness to quit. They know they're in trouble and they have to run away. We saw that with the Brazilian Killers, and now we're seeing it with Queso.
Yeah, and looking at it, the teams are setting themselves up. As we know, with the new circle, that we still have Paradise Resort inside it. Now, I don't think too many wants to be closer because you never know if people are lurking there already. You want to avoid that kind of part of the circle.
GC Busan looks like they took a couple of shots uphill from top esports as they have the uphill advantageous position. The Reses were able to get off though and look for Busan to try and withdraw from this position, just like we saw Queso do in the last one. It's just a very strong place. You can see Years using that lean. If you want to up your game back at home, that's one of the biggest things you can do. Learn to use that lean the way that guys like Years and Fireboy do.
Look at it. Top esports, they're gonna try to fall back. They don't want to take this fight. They know that it's still too early. It's only phase 3. They want to wait. Phase 5, that's when we're expecting a lot of action coming in.
And I want to point out, a lot of teams haven't said no to fighting. They've said no to fights that last longer than 42 seconds or so. You have the chance, you take the advantage, but once you don't get the kills, it's time to go. It's time to make the right choice. PLM and Unique going head-to-head. Unique gets a beautiful spray down. Old boy hits the headshot. Excellent execution. Now, and coming up, he wants to make the play there and gets the return.
And that's Team Unique.
Done.
16th place in the first game. I mean,
it's a tough start, but you know what? They put up a good fight. It was a great spray to open against PLM, but PLM had a full squad. 2 got knocked by Unique there. That's why you want to keep 4 alive. That's why we see teams backing off of these early fights, because the need for maintenance to have 4 in those moments is so incredibly important.
And it's just game 1. We still have 15 to go. So, hey, heads up. It's still going to be so much more to show to people.
Yeah, I'm a little bit terrified of what's about to happen as this next circle closes. The blue is about to touch the white. It's going to shrink down. We're still sitting here with 15 teams, many of which still have 4 players alive, though it has changed dramatically over the last few minutes. Take a look at that shift. Hard push over to the left side. PLM, who just won that fight against Unique in the king spot. The problem is there's not a lot of cover there, so a lot of teams are going to be pushing in on top of them, I think.
Yeah, and you also have All Rejection Gaming on the west side of there. They could go a little bit north and try to take that compound. Meanwhile, XQF, they're on the edge of the new circle there. They might want to keep other teams out from it, but we see Nova, we see some other teams, they're trying to rotate towards the north.
Absolutely. PLM, I think, take the compound if you can. I think they're worried somebody might already be there, so making the right choice, stay in safe. The problem is, look, the south side of the map is getting crazy. Paradise Resort, we see Juicy and the rest of the crew moving in. They struggled during the scrims and the practice rounds today. They'd like to do well here. The problem is we've got top esports coming in just to the east of them. They're about to come out of the door. This could very well come down to who spots whom first as they both try to make a push out of this very difficult area for us.
Yeah, and look at top esports here. They kind of have the upper hand because they are on the low ground. They can just look above them and they can spot SSG maybe, but looks like SSG is going to keep on running through Paradise Resort right now.
I love how comfortable they're looking inside of their little pit right now, legs crossed, lounging on the couch as if it's not $180,000 on the line. Let's go to Cat, who's using that 4X. He knows the smoke is there. He says, hey, somebody's coming from this side. Let's do what we can to lock them out and slow them down.
XQF here trying to hold out Big E-tron, and I mean, they got one of them down so far. Looking for a second one, they got him.
Jimmy gets the second knock. That means the Reses are just no longer safe in this area, and he was lights out with that. There was nothing they could do to maintain the res. Bigatron in some serious trouble as XQuest just stares down the barrel and locks him up behind the rocks.
Luxy, last man standing right now, but Ryzen, he's only knocked, and Luxy, he could still get him up, and they could get away from there.
But it's at what cost? They walked into the trap. They already guaranteed loss 2. How do you push in from that point? They're going to have to hunker down and wait this one out. But not to be outdone, Cat scanning everywhere else. It looks like XQuest has done a good job of not just tunnel visioning on the fight. They always have someone looking at the flank, somebody watching a potential push. These guys know how to avoid third parties. So far, it's been spectacular to watch.
I mean, having a compound for yourself is also really nice because you know you're always safe, you have your back covered.
Cat is going ape right now. Ryzen trying to run. His only blessing, Cat ran out of bullets. It buys him some space. Ryzen with the duck, bob, and weave makes it to the rock, but he has to be thankful that there just were not enough bullets in that gun.
Yeah, and we're going to see a new circle soon. The question is, what is XQF going to do here? Because they let Big E-tron move away, and they might be setting up an ambush because they know exactly where XQF is. Never mind, because XQF got the compound inside the next circle here.
They are comfortable and they are happy, and PLM's going to sweat a little bit because, like we said, more people are going to be moving on to that spot in the open that they are in. Cat can just keep playing defense. The rest of the team's making long rotations. Top Esports and SSG, we talked about them a little bit earlier, trying to find their way into the circle, but look how comfortable. Look at this XQF compound. It is defended, it is good, and there is just no way to get in there right now.
But still, it's a very big compound. Even if you have 4 people up, it's going to be hard to hold it.
Juicy, baby. He gets that nice little knock out of nowhere. It wasn't Top Esports they ended up engaging. He causes some trouble, but does the smart thing and moves away. Soul and a BRK, the last survivor, going to have to go head-to-head as this blue starts to advance.
Yeah, and now this is the kill zone. We're in phase 5. You saw the SSG, they got 1 knock on Soul. They wanted to move on because they know they need to move east towards the circle right now.
And that will be it. It looks like the trap that they set was just too strong. SSG holding down the edge of that Paradise Resort.
Angry. He spotted Top Esports.
And they literally just chill as all. They knock out one of the favorites. They hurt him really badly, and now they're going to float away to a good defensible position. Smart play from Space Station Gaming.
Very smart move. They don't want to take the fight, even though they spotted Top Esports and Top Esports didn't spot them. They want to cross the road. They want to make sure that they can get safely into the circle.
But Soul's not out of it. Viper survived the trap, so he is the remaining hope for the crowd favorite here, and I believe if anybody can snake their way deeper into this match, it's going to be Viper. Checking in with Top Esports, years trying to stay ahead of the blue, but it looks like Bigatron right there inside of the house. They're playing right next to each other.
Oh my god, we got a new circle. PLM once again getting the circle.
Purple Mood Gaming, more like sweet circles. These guys are incredible. They found a good spot. They earned it. No, take that away from them. They had to fight Unique for that spot, but they have managed to get the circle on top of the hill. This was a tough spot, but now it is strategically incredible. The top of the hill, they can see everyone coming. They just have to worry about third parties.
They also played it well from the start. They took the north side of the map. They wanted to have control. They got the control, and they got to choose exactly where they wanted to play from. But look at this. Zooms is knocked.
He is knocked. We see ELG coming in from down below. It looks like Ming making a move. They throw a smoke out. Nawin wants to try to go for the res, but he is very, very low at this point. Nawin knows that he has one threat, but not sure how to handle it. I think we're going to see the end of Zooms here. Not much they can do to take that risk. Meanwhile, Sixless popping off at Ryzen. What can he do? Is this the end for Bigatron? They lose one more to the blue here, and that'll be the second. So it looks like XQF putting in some serious work over there on BTR.
Looking at the map right now, it's only PLM that is inside the circle, and everybody else is trying to push in. PLM, they are splitting up 2-1 split, 2 on the north, and CC is alone on the south, trying to hold that.
They had the spot, they had the scout, but the flick headshot was it. The PLM has lost their scout position. Jasper knocked down behind the rocks.
PLM up.
It's falling apart. That's the danger of being in the middle, is everyone else wants what you have, and if you can't defend it, they're gonna take it by force.
And we're now down to 4 teams. Oh my God, who's gonna bring home the first chicken dinner?
This is excellent. We got XQuest with 3, Scars with 4, Space Station with 2, and ELG Elite Gaming with 4 players. So we see the odds are stacked against XQuest and Space Station, But if they can get Scars to fight with Elite so that they can sort of come in and look for those third parties, it could very well make up for the deficit in numbers.
Look, you don't want to be the first one to take the fight here. You want to be the one who's third party. You want the other teams to fight. You want to get the information because then you know, all right, I can move into position to take you out after your fight is done.
Absolutely. No, and that's where you see everybody go to ground. They're going to work inside of the grass. Vision is tough. Backpacks start to come off. No one wants to be spotted. There's the old drop the bag. How much ammo do you need to win this, and how many meds do you need to hold on to as we see these players start to advance towards each other? When you see the knock, the spot, that's when a team has the ability to potentially stand up or send one as the executioning squad and wait for the possible third.
That's also the thing. Do you want to go for a flush straight away after you knock them because you don't have too much ammo since you dropped your backpack already?
Absolutely. Elite Gaming inside of the next circle, going to be very comfortable there on their edge. The rest of the team very close. Cat with the double! XQuest gets the double burn down. Jump over to Juicy. He's not happy with it. He goes after Jimmy. Jimmy pays for his brassness. That's what we talked about. Let XQuest engage. Juicy wants to come up and try to get the 4. Finish the team if he can. He's got 2 more knocks. He's up. Is he going to be able to do it? Knockdown, beautiful play by Juicy there. Let's jump over to Scars. Naoto getting a nice shot through the grass. He knows where they are. He can't see them directly, but he's going to open fire. Juicy still dealing with XQuest. This is a big confidence booster for him. Meanwhile, it looks like Scars has taken care of Elite Gaming off on the side.
Juicy goes down.
To 3. Juicy does go down. That's going to be Cat, the only one left standing from XQuest. Paraboy knocked, but we'll be able to get back up on this one.
Scars Black trying to get the flush here. We're trying to fight Cat, but Shimo, he goes down.
So Scars trying to make that play. Meanwhile, we've got Juicy and Sixless taking care of each other, so we'll have 2 players from SSG back up and fighting in a moment. Cat trying to be the lone defender here. Juicy low and slows, got the silencer, opens fire, and that will be what he needed. That gives them a huge advantage. Cat out, 2 teams left, 2v1 since 1 man is knocked. Shimon gonna possibly, getting picked up here. Is it gonna be enough? It's gonna be 2 versus 2.
It's going to be a 2 versus 2. SSG, they don't want to push because they know that Naoto got the upper hand here with the cover to work with. He's just trying to hold him off. So Shimon can actually just med up.
Shimon and Naoto trying to find the spot. Both teams know exactly where the other is. Looks like we don't have any nades, or those would have been tossed at this point. So it's going to come down to, as the circle closes, a split off the side. Naoto makes it to the top of the rock. Juicy's laying down and in the open. He should be visible in just a moment here. Sixless has a nade. I think he tossed one out there. It's a flash. Oh. And they're going to make the push on the flash. Is it going to be enough? No, they decided not to come out. Shimon with a really nice spot off here in the grass, waiting for them to come up. He's in that flanking position. So what's going to happen is Naoto's going to come out, try to open fire, and draw the attention of SSG to allow his partner to be the flanking spoiler.
And SSG, they need to move first. They're closest towards the circle itself.
Here it comes.
Here we go.
Naoto gets the knock. It's just down to Juicy in the grass. 2v1. The hunting party is out as they look for him. Naoto takes the point, walks up to the blue line. He doesn't see him. It's 1v1. Juicy with the spray.
Oh my God.
Does he pull it off?
Scars Black.
What a play. Scars Black just there at the end. Oh my gosh, what a fight. PLM was in such a strong position, Frogs, but at the end of the day, it simply was not enough.